regarding the current trends in cable television in the United States. Because there are occurrences in the world of professional tennis that significantly change the demography of the sport, in addition to victories and awards. We just seen the latter. You might have observed a statistical anomaly, a spike, or a rise that defies the typical metrics of a mid-season broadcast if you have been keeping an eye on Tennis Channel USA statistics over the past 48 hours. Although it usually targets a fairly specialized traditional tennis population, the Tennis Channel used to reach about 60 million households in the United States. It's a world of legacy fan bases, quiet appreciation, and technical study. However, Santa Monica's producers, analysts, and possibly even management were unprepared for the viral digital storm that centered on that network this week. Alex Eala, a 20-year-old Filipino southpaw from Quezon City, was the cause of this ruckus. The headline is accurate everywhere you look. Tennis Channel USA was taken aback. However, that would be an understatement. They weren't merely taken aback by their overwhelming situation. The network attracted more viewers than a typical section when they highlighted Eala's amazing run and eventual admission into the WTA Top 50. They drew one of the most devoted, passionate, and tech-savvy fan bases in all of sports. We are discussing the global Filipino diaspora. The aforementioned video piece was intended to be a typical profile of a rising star, but it did more than merely show up on television. It moved. When it was shared, ripped, clipped, and went viral on social media, the Tennis Channel's brand witnessed a degree of engagement uncommon outside of a Big Three Grand Slam final. Engagement levels are comparable to those of the titans of sports: Swiatek, golf, and Alcaraz. This was not an American champion, though. That was Alex Eala. What makes this important? Tennis has been looking for the next big market for decades. With Lina Na, they research China. Alongside Naomi Osaka and Kei Nishikori, they study Japan. But for Alex, things are different now. It's organic. There is no denying its loudness. A significant portion of the 60 million households that subscribe are suddenly given to a single athlete who represents a country in desperate need of a top athlete. You have everything you need to go viral. We're going to try something new today. There will be more than just the revelation of the score. We are thoroughly investigating. This anomaly will be eventually eliminated. We'll examine Alex's move from the Manila shell court to the immaculate hard courts of the U.S. Open. The Rafa natal element will be examined. Her aggressive attitude was shaped by her training at the academy. We'll examine the technical developments in her game that have enabled her to overcome Grand Slam champions. Above all, we will look at why this particular Tennis Channel viral moment foreshadows future advancements in women's tennis. Alex has awoke in the United States. There are currently 60 million subscribers. The mystery of her identity has been solved. How far can she go, then? Hold on tight. Let's take a deeper look. To grasp the scope of what we are witnessing on the Tennis Channel, let's put this viral moment in perspective. You must comprehend the gap that Alex Eala is trying to fill. Southeast Asian tennis has been looking for a player who can go beyond a regional circuit for a very long time. We have witnessed outstanding athletes. We have undoubtedly witnessed journeymen who have established reputable careers. A true reliable singles competitor is quite rare on the WTA Tour. They probably anticipated a typical thank you post when the Tennis Channel broadcast their piece. Player, would you like to watch the segment? In the end, their sense of patriotism led to their collision. It's important to keep in mind that when Manny Pacquiao fights, the Philippines disappears. Every time a player with even a touch of Filipino ancestry appears on the pitch, this nation flocks to the NBA's common areas. There is more to Alex Eala's debut on a major U.S. television network than just acclaim. Eala is a talented local who carries a flag, speaks a language, and proudly dons Sajida hair ties at Wimbledon. It is related to ownership. The supporters get a sense of inclusion in the adventure. And what an adventure it has been. This moment went viral for a reason. It is the result of an arduous, violent, and beautiful climb that started many years ago. Let's begin at the beginning. It would be impossible to discuss Alex Eala without mentioning Monaco, Spain, and the Rafa Nadal Academy. That institution is the source of a specific lineage. You can see the essence of that academy when you watch Eala perform, particularly in these popular videos right now. This is seen in the weight of the top spin. Refusing to give up on a ball is one instance of it. Eala recently verified a rumor regarding her Rafael Nadal practice sessions. For a moment, picture that. You and the King of Clay are exchanging blows as teenagers. He advised her to surround herself with kind people. Despite its seeming simplicity and even cliché, that counsel could be the difference between longevity and burnout in the competitive world of professional tennis. Nadal's most recent alterations to her style of play demonstrate her machismo. The difference between her performance in the 2025 to 2026 season and her 2022 U.S. She became the first Filipino to win a junior Grand Slam singles championship in the S. Open Juniors, which is amazing. She could count on the juniors' courage and dependability. Grit is sufficient to overcome giants like Sabalenka or Jessica Pegula in the professional ranks. You must have a weapon. Her new abilities, particularly her lefty forehand, are highlighted in the well-liked videos on the Tennis Channel. In women's tennis, being left-handed is already a big tactical advantage. It allows right-handers to reach previously unattainable angles. It throws off the opponent's rhythm. Eala's tantrum has started to fade. She took the initiative first. Her match against Clara Tauson in the U.S. Open was the clearest illustration of this. The game that solidified her rise to fame and reputation. Eala refused to give up in the sighting set. She took charge. It's a strong force. To understand why the American audience is suddenly paying attention, let's discuss that U.S. from defense to attack. Go unrestricted. The most boisterous and disorderly Grand Slam is the E.U.'s. Reachable. New York City serves as the backdrop. You need to be able to regulate the loudness, or at the absolute least, have some showmanship if you want to succeed there. A flourish is present. Why? Due to the existence of Filipino residents in New York. We observed what appeared to be Davis Cup ties on the outside courts. Chants, flags, and a heated atmosphere. This excitement was captured by the Tennis Channel cameras. They were drawn to Eala's integrated environment generator. That is invaluable for a broadcaster. You want a player on your screen who attracts her own audience. They are showcasing her because of this. She is becoming viral as a result. It's not only the mood, though. It's the outcomes. We must examine the data. In professional tennis, getting into the top 50 of the WTA rankings is perhaps the most difficult step. There is a huge gap between the top 50 and the top 100. It sets the qualifiers apart from the main draw mainstays. Eala's accomplishment of world number 50 indicates that she is no longer a serious contender for the tour. If you want to win matches on the WTA Tour, you must have the mental toughness necessary to deal with that expectation. Let's talk about the viral aspect again. The section on social media. These days, a player's personality is just as important as their backhand. Eala is getting better at keeping her balance. Her voice is distinct. She is modest. But she is quite proud. When Sagwa wore the Philippine national flower to Wimbledon, it was a masterclass in branding. It provided the viewers with a symbol, whether on purpose or not. It provided a visual hook for the narrative. These intimate aspects were highlighted in the Tennis Channel season summary. The relationship and joint creation of history with Turkish football player Zion Samez. A worldwide audience that yearns for connection finds resonance in these stories. I now want to concentrate on the technical study of why her game is so well liked on television, which helps to explain the massive viewership. A's game has a nice visual appeal. It's tidy. She rarely grunts. In slow-motion replays, her flowing movements seem amazing. The basis for sports media. Her down-the-line backhand is starting to get recognition. Highlight reels are made when you have a signature shot. You get more subscribers when you get highlight reels. It's a visibility cycle. But we also need to think critically. If the difficulties were not considered, this comprehensive analysis would be inaccurate. There are two sides to viral fame. She now has millions of new viewers and, consequently, millions of new critics because of the Tennis Channel feature. The top 50 is currently the calibrated expectation. Losing in the first round is no longer a teaching moment. It's a disturbance. She is under a great deal of stress. With Emma Raducanu, we witnessed this. With Osaka, we witnessed this. The media quickly adopts the tour's objective as its favorite. Eala is now in the living homes of the average American sports fan thanks to the 60 million household viewers of the Tennis Channel. She is no longer merely a hero from the Philippines. She is starting to gain attention in tennis. This alters how rivals get ready for her. They'll investigate her further. They will attempt her second serve, which is still the area that requires the greatest defense, if we are to be analytical. Her kick serve works well on clay, but if it is not positioned properly, it can sit up on the quick, hard courts of the American swing. These flaws will be brought to light by the viral scrutiny. The optimism around this news cycle, however, stems from the following counterargument. At the age of 20, Eala has demonstrated an exceptional ability to adapt. Watch her match in Miami against Jessica Pegula. Pegula is a low, hard, flat machine. I couldn't keep up with such speed. The court did not dismiss her. She took part in the competition even though she lost. She demonstrated that she belonged in the 1,000-level events with a fight. The analysts on Tennis Channel are aware of this. They are therefore promoting her goods. They're wagering on an increase in her stock. They are expecting that 60 million reach will turn into gold in terms of ratings if she does well at the US Open or Indian Wells. We must also discuss the Asian swing. Even though tennis is a worldwide sport, Western media occasionally ignores the Asian swing at the end of the year. That dynamic is being altered by A. At the moment, she represents that area. Eala is crucial if the tennis broadcaster is to retain fans during the Asian swing. The bridge is her. She draws a link between the Tokyo, Beijing, and Hong Kong competitions and the United States. Viewers of S. Prime time. In a sense, the network is recognizing the global shift in interest in tennis with this viral moment. Let's examine the surprise component of a headline in more detail. What caught the USA Tennis Channel off guard? It highlights a weakness in Western media analytics. The diaspora effect is frequently overlooked by traditional measurements. They assess the degree of interest in the area. They measure the number of older, wealthier tennis players. They frequently overlooked how young people around the world were using the internet. The algorithm probably noticed an increase that appeared to be bot activity until it declined because ELA's content was so extensive and well organized.